Previously on All My Children.
Colby's welfare and my relationship with her are at stake. So what can I do? Well, I can sue for custody.
Haley! Haley! Marianne! Marianne, where are you?
She's not here, Stuart.
Adam.
Marion didn't write that note you found on your pillow.
Barry did. What?
Stuart, please meet me up at the main house. You won't be disappointed. Signed, M. Seems we're all pretending to be someone else these days.
What do you want?
Just wanted to say Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, maybe Happy Thanksgiving. We haven't seen each other for a while.
Yeah, but you look good. None the worse for wear.
No thanks to you and that wife of yours. You know, I wouldn't expect Marion to care whether I live or die, but I would expect something more from you, Stuart. Loyalty, perhaps? Love, even?
I do love you, Adam.
Well, you have a peculiar way of showing it. Impersonating me on national television, humiliating me from coast to coast, forging my name to checks, and giving away $79.5 million of my money.
I know it wasn't my money to spend, Adam, but you'd never miss it. And there'd be so many people...
I don't give a damn about the money. You know what really upsets me is you kept me away from my daughter. It was hell. All those weeks without being able to hold her in my arms.
Yeah, I really hated doing that, Adam. But you hurt so many people. You did so many bad things. I was just trying to make up for some of them. Well, you'll understand someday, maybe.
No, I'll never understand. And I'll never forget it, Stuart.
Well, that's just too bad, then. That's too bad.
However, there is a way that you could show me at least that you're still my brother.
How?
I could forgive everything if you would just tell me where Liza and Colby are.
No way.
Hey, how was your night out?
How are you?
Good? Okay.
It wasn't so good.
Well, I think you better work on that together. And listen, I want to apologize ahead of time for if there's no hot water. After the show I did today, I really had to take a long, hot shower.
Oh, that's okay. No problem.
I hope it helps.
It did. You know, this is the time of the year that everyone starts to realize they can't possibly live up to their New Year's resolutions or the guilt they're feeling. So, you know, here I am. If you need anything or want to talk about anything, I am available.
Will do. Have you been doing your show out of Pine Valley?
Yeah, I have for weeks now.
Oh.
She uses Myrtle's little music room down the hallway.
I do. It's wonderful. Cozy, and certainly better than renting a studio somewhere.
That's great.
Yeah.
The famous Dr. Ray here
Oh,
doing your
please.
show down the hallway. I gotta come by someday and listen in.
Really? You could turn on your radio, you know. There's an idea.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. She's beautiful.
Very nice. Jillian, is something wrong?
When Dr. Ray asked how our evening went, you said, okay, not too good.
Well, no,
What do you mean?
we haven't heard from Colby, and it's late.
Colby's with Liza, so she's got to be okay.
I know. Jillian, I'm just so fed up. I'm tired of feeling powerless. That's why I asked about just being a family, the three of us, right now, if I pursue custody. Well, from where I stand, you seem a bit underwhelmed by that prospect.
Don't do this. It turns out that Jake is not Colby's father after all. Adam is.
Under what?
I just hope that making a home with Colby is something that you would love. Was I wrong?
I don't want any more of your advice. It's going to take more than a ratty piece of cloth to shut me up. What kind of a moron are you? You've screwed up everything now.
Shut up. Shut up. Amanda and Tiffany are right upstairs.
Well, you're the only one that can hear me. I'm still here. No. I really don't need a reflection, Janet. You see, I'm in your head. If inner voices were that easy to get rid of, Joan of Arc would never have saved France.
How can you laugh at a time like this?
Right now, to keep from crying. Do you realize how close we are to landing back in Statesville?
You said we could beat this thing.
Yeah, that's before you tried the old sandbag gambit. What an amateur. Why didn't you just knock off Sophie 6 weeks ago when I asked you to?
Trevor is going back to the warehouse. He's going to destroy all the evidence.
Well, you might think hubby can leap tall buildings in a single bound, but how much do you really think he can do to save your sorry ass? Well, go on. Answer the door, stupid. That is real knocking.
Who is it?
It's Jack, Montgomery. I'm on my way to the police station to see Trevor.
Why? What happened?
I thought you should hear this from me first. He's been brought in for questioning. Looks like he's about to be arrested for Sophie's murder.
No. Oh, God, no. No.
You should have cuffed me, Derek. We got to do this by the book. I don't want any favors here. Suspicion of murder. Your plan's not going to work, Trevor. I asked you to give me the truth. Don't make this any tougher than it has to be. You got witnesses. You got a weapon. I'm going to be confessing the murder, Derek.
Look, there's got to be a better way to do this than to have you sitting around here claiming you're some kind of a killer.
Then make it simple for everyone. You were going to charge me with the death of Sophie Malinowski, and you're going to stop looking for any other purpose.
And what if I don't?
You don't want to try my hand on this, Derek.
Come on, Stuart. Don't tell me you don't know where Liza is. I'm not saying I do, and I'm not saying I don't. Marion knows. And if Marion knows, you know. On top of everything else, your wife is a blabbermouth. Don't say bad things about my wife. The only reason Marion locked you up is because you were going to do the same thing to her. And then you were going to kidnap Colby. That's her story. Are you saying you weren't going to kidnap Colby? I can take Colby anywhere I want. She's my own flesh and blood. That's right. And that's the worst thing you ever did. Why couldn't you just not have bought that sperm clinic and let Jake be Colby's father? Stuart, can't you have one opinion that is not Marion's? Isn't there one small part of you that is glad that there's Chandler blood flowing in Colby's veins? Oh, she'll grow up and maybe she'll look like Mama. Or Lottie. But she won't be Lottie or Mama. She'll be her own person. She's a Chandler. But she'll be her own person. And when she's not just exactly what you want her to be, then you're going to be disappointed. And then it's going to start all over again. And you're going to be mean and deceitful all over again because you never learn. You know, if I were you, I wouldn't use the word deceitful. You've been living a lie for weeks now. I didn't want to do that, Adam. I really didn't want to pretend to be you. Although I was getting very good at it. But I couldn't sleep the first couple of nights. But you kept on doing it. Because of Marion. No, because of you, Adam. Because of me. Adam, I love you. I think I know you better than you know yourself. And deep down inside, you've got a good place in your soul. But the people who love you are the only people who can see it. I can see it, and Junior can see it. And you know who can see it best of all, and that's the saddest part of all. It's Liza. She believed in you. She put her faith in you, and you let her down. All those things that you say you want, you already had them. You're right. Liza is my way back. Please, don't keep me from her. Adam, the truth is, I don't know where Liza is. I wouldn't let anybody tell me because I was afraid that I would start feeling sorry for you. And I do. Stuart, help me. I'm sorry, I can't. I wouldn't know where to begin.
I just see a lot of happiness with the three of us as a family. I want to make that a reality. I can't see why we can't do that.
You know, Jake, sharing a life with you and Colby, it sounds really wonderful. It does, but I just can't talk about it right now.
Why? What's the problem?
No, there's no problem. It's just as I said. I haven't given Motherhood a lot of thought.
I know that everything's happening quickly. It's Liza and the whole... I just don't know if I can trust her. And you heard Tad. He thinks something serious is going down between Liza and Adam. And I just want to make sure that her future is secure. And I assumed that you would be with me on that.
Jake, you would want me to tell you the truth always, right?
Of course I would.
And that's what I'm really struggling to do. I need to go. I really need to be by myself and come back.
Jillian, don't...
What?
Well, Myrtle, I will screw in every light bulb in the house 3 times if you tell me how I screwed up again.
You got yourself a deal.
Hold on. All right. Can you get out? All right. Push. Come on, baby, push.
Get out!
I'm not going anywhere without you. Push!
I've been doing this for a long time, Trevor. You taught me. And I have to tell you, my friend, this doesn't add up.
Well, stop counting and do your job.
When I need a refresher course from you on how to conduct a homicide investigation, I'll ask. You want to know what I think? I think that you know that with Janet's criminal record, she's bound to do some serious hard time for this, and that's why you're copping to it.
You think? You think you're pulling it right out of the air there, Derek?
Trevor, it's like you to do this, but it's not going to work.
Derek, you got a witness? That bum swears he saw me coming out of the scene.
A witness who's unreliable.
And you saw me with the murder weapon in my hand.
A crowbar.
Yeah, a crowbar. We got the witness, we got the murder weapon.
I am not buying it.
We'll buy it. It's concrete physical evidence.
Trevor, what are you doing? Don't believe him, Derek.
I killed Sophie.
I don't believe he's not at home. Mr. Chandler will see me whether he's at home or not.
What do you think you're doing?
You know, no wonder everybody in the world hates you, Adam. You're cruel, and you enjoy making people suffer.
Oh, you're too late, Gillian. I've already been told tonight what a hopeless case I am. Now get the hell out of my house.
Jake Martin has never done anything to you. Why have you been trying to destroy his happiness?
I haven't done anything to Jake Martin, except listen to him and his insufferable family plan for my daughter's future.
Oh, you sent him a letter about Colby's paternity, but that didn't work. But you're too hateful to give it up. And when are you going to do that again?
Gillian, sweet Gillian, other than the thrill you're getting from insulting me, you're wasting your time. I have no intention of telling Jake Martin that I'm Colby's father.
Now, let me get this straight. You told Gillian that she would be a perfect mother for your child, right?
Right.
And you simply could not understand why she ran out of the room and didn't want to talk about being an instant family with you and Colby.
It doesn't make sense, Myrtle. We agree on most everything.
You know, I can't read Gillian's mind. Although, mind you, I could, but she'd have to wear a red cap and I'd have to be in a trance. But even without my psychic strength, I can tell you that you have offended the spirits.
Oh, well, tell me.
Well, honey, you put the cart before the horse. And what was worse, you kept telling her that you really did prefer the cart.
Well, Gillian's not really like that, though, Myrtle. We don't really stand on ceremony so much.
Well, by golly, you should. I mean, I always insisted on ceremony with my gentleman friends, and some very, very elaborate ceremony at that. I mean, what is the point of romance without ceremony?
So I screwed up.
Well, I mean, in the normal course of events, when a man and a woman are together, they make time for romance before they get married and have children.
Okay, so I know I skipped a few things first. I know that. I'm not a total idiot, but I've just been wrapped up with this whole thing with Colby, and that's it. I just thought Gillian would understand that.
Yes, I'm sure she did understand it, darling, but look, sweetheart, it won't do you any harm at all to tell her how much you care for her. In fact, you should be telling her that, even if you have 12 children.
I think you're one hell of a woman, Myrtle.
Damn right.
So what? Can I fix things?
Well, I don't know, can you?
Damn right.
Then don't do it.
Thank you so much. Hey, I'll get the light bulbs
Okay,
later. I know I promised.
Yeah. Oh. I tell you something. I should have referred Jake to you, darling. I mean, you've got the PhD.
What do you think? I learned everything about relationships in a classroom?
Well, didn't you?
No, I learned it by hanging out with wise women like you.
Oh, go. You're kidding. Come on, miss. Look what we've got to do.
I'll take your statement, Janet. You tell me what happened.
I'll tell you exactly what you need to know.
No, don't forget it, babe. Derek, we saw this Agatha Christie flick where everybody confesses the crime and they all get off. This is different, babe. This is real life.
If you think for 1 minute I'm going to let you do this, Trevor, you're wrong. I did it. Remember when you came to me and you asked me if I had had any contact with my old cellmate, Sophie?
You were lying.
I said that I hadn't, and I wasn't lying. You're right.
Is she lying now? Who's she lying then, Derek?
Sophie came to the house. She threatened to hurt Amanda. I had to do something.
Yeah, so she came to me. And I went to Sophie. I gave her the money that she wanted, but we did everything legally possible to get her off of our backs, but she kept on coming. So I whacked her. They have a witness that saw me coming out of this scene.
What?
That's enough talking, all right?
Then they saw me with a murder weapon in my hand. It's an open and shut case.
Look, I'm going to question you separately. Will you take her to room 2, please?
Babe, I was defending my family. I was defending... It's the oldest defense in the book.
Will you shut up?
I can get off on this.
Shut up!
No, you just ask Jackson. It's the oldest defense in the book. Just ask him.
Maybe she'll tell me the truth.
I think I got her with the program, Jack, but if she starts talking, you got to make her see reason. It's got to be my story.
What the hell makes you think I'm going to be a party to any of this, Trevor?
Things hold it down. Hold on. I'm not going to go. One more push. I got it. I got it.
All My Children will be back in a moment here on ABC.
Hey. No. I'm not gonna lose you. No.
Actually, I would love to say every simpering word Jake has ever said about my daughter down his throat. But I can't.
What do you mean?
I can't. I can't tell Jake that I'm Colby's father. I can't tell anyone, because if I do, Liza has sworn that I'll never see her or Colby again.
I don't trust you. This is a trick.
Everything I've done, though possibly misguided, has been an attempt to make Liza love me and become a family again. But as much as I would like to shout it to the world, if I do, I'll never see them again.
But you sent him a letter. I mean, you didn't read it.
Yeah, that
but...
was before Liza's warning. I think Jake should know the truth. I think he deserves to know the truth. But you can rest assured, you'll never hear it from me.
So you can't tell Jake?
Never.
Because if you tell him, you'll lose Liza and Colby.
You see?
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't mean that he'll never learn the truth.
You're the only one who wants to know the
Oh,
truth.
you can't be serious. Well, what about Dr. Hayward? How about Marion? How long before she has to blab to everyone that she's got the better of me? How about Liza?
Liza?
Yes, Liza.
She and Jake are very cozy right now, but do you think that's going to last for Colby's entire life? What if they have an argument? What if they have a battle over custody? Do you think she's going to worry about hurting his feelings?
You're trying to confuse me.
No, I'm trying to tell you the truth, Jillian. And you know it. Jake will learn the truth, and when he does, it'll hurt him very badly.
He doesn't have to know.
Because there is a way to soften that blow. If only he could be told by someone who really cares for him. Someone who's thinking only of him.
You mean me?
Well, yes, of course, you would do very nicely.
Jack, you're my
No,
man.
no. Don't give me that I'm your man. You just tell me. What am I doing here,
I've
Trevor?
always counted on you, Jack. And you're responsible. More than anybody for me passing the bar. You taught me everything I know.
Well, then I
about
must
law.
have left out a couple of key elements. If you think I'm going to stand here and condone perjury, what are you thinking about?
I'm not asking you to do that. I know that you're a crackerjack lawyer, and I just want to talk to you about a case. Very interesting case. I've been reading about it, and I thought we might talk about it. It's a case of Kansas versus Joe Schlabinowitz.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Run it by me.
Hey, it's a doozy. You see this guy, Joe? He's an upstanding citizen. Pure as driven snow. Well, almost. And he's married to this woman who has a lot of messy priors. But he loves her so much that he's willing to take the rap for her killing in pure self-defense her ex-cellmate.
With her weapon of choice,
Well, that's
Trevor.
why he can't risk her ever being charged with this.
Look, if this was self-defense, I'd have a hell of a lot easier time getting her off than you, since this victim was a woman. Think about this now.
Joe can't afford that. Can't take the risk. Because his wife is hanging on by a thread. And even if she gets off with all the publicity around the trial and after it, she could just snap. And this woman has a little girl that needs her very much.
Let me tell you something. I hope this Joe Slabinowitz lives in a big city, because if he lives in a small town like Pine Valley, it doesn't matter if the husband is charged and sent to trial. Everybody knows their history. These rumors that the husband is so afraid of are going to follow this woman to her grave.
Well, that's why it can't go to trial. Not right away, anyhow.
Oh, really?
That's why it's an interesting case. You see, old Joe has to make himself look as guilty as hell. So he disappears.
Trevor, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. You haven't thought this through.
No, he hasn't thought it through, and that's what he needs to do, but he can't do this right now because he doesn't have the time or space to do it. And maybe he comes back someday when he thinks he can get off in a fair trial. Maybe he takes his family to Paraguay. Who knows? Who knows? He doesn't know. He's got to know.
Let me ask you something. Has this guy thought about what this is going to do to his family?
Of course he has. He has his friend, who's an excellent lawyer. And he asked his friend to look out for his family, to look over his wife and his little girl, and make sure that they never forget that he will be back someday, somehow.
And his friend knows that he's a stubborn son of a... So he says, okay. I'll watch over your family. I guess.
I never had any doubt. Jack, I would never ask you to do something downright unethical or illegal. But it wouldn't hurt if you played dumb.
I sure as hell hope you know what you're doing. Because I gotta tell you, with everything you've told me, there's no way I can defend old Joe.
Okay, so we're on track. We're going for full confession.
That woman's very upset in there. She can't stop crying.
Well, why don't you stop upsetting her?
I'm not the one doing that, Trevor. You made her think that she needs to follow your lead. So she's clammed up. And that is going to make her feel doubly guilty.
That's your theory there, Lieutenant. So why don't you get her a moist towel and have her wash off her face and give me a piece of paper so I can write a confession before you screw up this investigation any worse than you already have?
Are you going to let him do this, Jack?
You think I can stop him giving a confession if that's what he wants to do?
First love.
I'm nothing without you, Jessica.
New love.
I had a choice, and I chose you.
I didn't know I could ever love someone this much.
Which is the true love?
Christian and I are getting married. If you think you're anything more than a second choice, you're even more pathetic than I thought.
One Life to Live, ABC Daytime.
Do you think I'm crazy? Colby is the most important person in Jake's life. How can I tell him she's not his?
You're going to live with Jake, sleep in his bed, raise that little girl, knowing all along it's a lie.
I came here to stop you from destroying his happiness, and you're suggesting I do it.
You're going to live with fear every day of your life, Jillian. Until he finds out, and he will find out. What happens then? When he realizes that you knew all along and didn't tell him.
He doesn't have to know that I knew.
Oh. You're going to keep on lying to him. Jillian, we have a lot more in common than I ever realized.
You know what? I've met a lot of evil people in my life. But you're the worst. Aren't you scared of dying and going to hell?
Do you always change the light bulbs yourself, Myrtle?
Sure, nothing worse than a dark room. There. It's an innkeeper's nightmare. Oh, she's not. I don't want someone breaking their leg and then suing me for it.
Oh, I don't think Jillian would sue you, do you?
No, she's sweet.
No, she and Jake seem to have something going.
Well, he's asked her to marry her.
Oh, the traditional type. Nice.
Mother's dream.
You think they're going to make it?
Well, I'm rooting for them.
So tell me, who does the overhead fixtures?
Who do you think?
Really?
I haven't fallen yet.
Well, that's very impressive.
I have to tell you that I never did the high wire, but I could have done it. I have got great balance.
How long were you with the carnival?
Well, I guess you could say just about the best part of the century.
Oh, come on. Make it sound like you dated P.T. Barnum.
Well, I didn't know Mr. Barnum, but I was very close to Thomas Edison.
All right. Thomas Alva Edison?
Thomas Jerome Edison. You know, he was a carny headliner, and he had a terrific helium act.
Helium?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, how many of your stories are actually true?
I don't know. I've told them so often I don't know what is fact and what is fiction.
You know what I'd like you to do for
What?
me?
What?
I'd like you to tell me a true story, unrehearsed, and one that you've never told anybody else.
Well, no, these I don't tell. No, for a reason.
But you might tell me?
Maybe. Someday.
Okay.
Well, hey, We've got work to do. We've got work to do.
Myrtle, how many radio psychologists does it take to screw in one light bulb?
I don't know.
Just one. Especially if they're a devoted disciple of Myrtle Sargent.
You are sweet.
Come on. Hi.
She didn't come back yet.
No?
Could you come out here and see if I got this right?
Oh, okay. Oh, fabulous.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Get it out. Come on. Come on.
Oh, my God, you found it.
Come on. Breathe, baby. Come on. Follow you in the car. I'm gonna call Adam and Trevor, all right? Guys, be careful, all right? I'm gonna follow in the car, all right? I'll see you guys at the hospital. Adam, hey, it's Mateo. Listen, they're taking Haley to the hospital.
Haley, what happened?
There's a fire. I think it's smoke inhalation.
A fire? My God, where? How is she?
Listen, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. Just meet me at the hospital, all right?
Mateo, what happened? What have you done to her now?
There it is, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Don't do this, Trevor.
Look, my client has a right to make a confession if that's what he wants to do.
Do you really expect me to build a case against you?
We all gotta do what we gotta do.
Look, don't worry, Derek. It'll all play out in court. Trust me.
Besides, I got myself a world-class lawyer. Will you gentlemen please witness this thing?
Yeah, I'll be happy to attest that this confession was not given under duress.
Well, that's it then. I hope you're satisfied. He's gone.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
On the next All My Children.
Erica claims that you spent several years in Wales in a mental institution. Is that true?
You gotta trust me now with your life and with Amanda's life.
I want to see Mateo.
Celebrate All My Children's anniversary by visiting abc.com, part of the Go Network.